These mistakes are holding back beginners who want to get started in Airbnb. The mistakes are deposit negotiation, lease length, and choosing the wrong Airbnb model. If you don't know me, my name is Joost. I started my Airbnb business at 20, and by the time I was 21, I was earning enough for both me and my mum to quit our full-time jobs. Now at 23, I make over £100,000 a month through a combination of rent-to-rents and properties I manage for clients. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to avoid these mistakes as a beginner. If you're not familiar with the Airbnb model, this is where you rent a property from a landlord, then you rent it out again on short-term stay sites like Airbnb and Booking.com. And because you are subletting it on nightly stays, the revenue is significantly higher. For example, you rent a property from a landlord for £1,600 and the revenue gained is £2,600, you pocket the difference of £1,000. So let's dive into it. Here's one of the biggest mistakes I see in rent-to-rent beginners. They don't negotiate the deposit. They just accept it. Full month's rent deposit, sometimes even 5 weeks, no questions asked. That could be £1,500 to £2,000 more of investment before you even started. But here's the thing, that money doesn't actually need to be put up front and locked up. If you negotiate properly, you can reduce this or even get a no deposit. Instead, you can keep that cash in your business and invest it into the property itself where it can actually work for you. Here's how we do it. We position the deposit as a trade-off. We say, look, we're investing heavily into the property, furniture, decor, professional cleaning, dressing, photography, all this. To make this work, we need to shift some of that budget that would go into the deposit into other things that will actually add value to the property. It works. Why? Because we're reframing it. We're offering the landlord real value in return. We're solving their problems. No voids, no tenants, no management stress, just guaranteed income. With us handling the whole process. When you present it in that way as a professional operation, the deposit becomes less of a priority to them because that's only what you need with traditional tenants. And that's how you can create win-win scenarios. If you think about it, if you're doing 3 to 5 deals and not negotiating the deposit, you could have 10 or more K tied up doing nothing, just sitting there. There's no guarantee you're gonna get it back either. So don't skip this. Don't just take the deal, learn to negotiate properly. Another mistake I see all the time with new rent-to-rent operators is they go after short-term leases. They're willing to do, let me do 6 months or a 12-month trial, keep it flexible in case things go wrong. But the truth is, short-term leases and break clauses give you flexibility, sure, but they also give the landlord just as much, which means that you can get kicked out just as fast, even if you've invested thousands into the property. The landlord could just change their mind, sell the property, kick you out, or simply want it back. And suddenly all your time, all your money, and all your effort is gone. What you really want to do is create an ironclad contract which benefits you. Especially when you're just starting out, what you need is security. You need to have longer leases, 2, 3, even 5 years, to actually get a return on your investment. Now, I get it, committing to long-term leases and stuff feels risky, but here's the play. Negotiate a break clause. This gives you an option to walk away if things go really south, maybe after 6 or 12 months, but you need to have it on your side. It still gives you long-term control. So instead of doing a 6-month deal, go for 3 years with a 6-month break clause and a one-sided break clause. This is where people go wrong. Now you've got the protection and leverage. Bottom line, short-term leases feel safer, but long-term leases make you more money. Let's be real. A lot of people getting into property are now making the mistake that's costing them time, money, and momentum. They're choosing strategies such as buy-to-let, HMOs, BRRs, and deal sourcing. What they don't actually realize is that these strategies are not high cash flow. You should be picking stuff like rent-to-rent and Airbnb management because it is better and generates you cash flow instantly. Most people actually have a cash flow problem. So investing loads of money into all these deals up front is not going to get you the cash flow you need to quit your job. Now, let's look at a better alternative. Airbnb management. With management, you don't need to pay rent, you don't need to sign leases, you don't need to put deposits, you don't furnish anything. You're not investing thousands into a property or even in the rent-to-rent case in someone else's property. You're simply offering a service and taking a percentage of that revenue. The landlord still covers all the costs. it's absolutely no risk to you. You handle the operations, and thanks to software, most of it runs on autopilot. You've got PriceLabs adjusting your rates on a daily basis, Guesty automating your guest messages, bookings, calendar, even review requests. You've got cleaning software like Turno, assigning and managing your cleaners for every single turnover. Everything is managed from your laptop anywhere in the world. That's the beauty of it. You can literally scale to 10 plus properties without ever owning a single one. You just have to do this by offering real value to landlords who don't want to deal with guests and want to make more money. And here's the best part, your business is scalable from day one. You're not putting thousands of pounds at risk, and you don't need investor money. You don't need a team right away. You just need to sign one landlord and deliver great results. Let's be honest, for most beginners, rent to rent and other property strategies feel like a real business model because it's asset backed. It sounds bold and everyone's talking about it, but when you zoom out and look at the long game, Airbnb management and Airbnb is the smarter, safer, and way more scalable business model. It's lean, it's tech driven, it works with zero capital, and if you're serious about building a long-term cash flowing business, it's the better play 99% of the time. So if you're just starting out, ask yourself this: do you want to own and risk all the responsibility on yourself, or do you want to build a business that pays you without burning out? Because all these other property strategies might be all flashy, but Airbnb management is how you stay in the game long term, grow fast, actually win, and get the cash flow you need. So to tie this all together, I think that you'll find the most significant mistake that most beginners make is that they are using the wrong model. So if you want to know more about Airbnb management, click on the next video.